G'day, Josh here. This video is going to be all about how to best grind Showdown mode. And the first thing you want to do is use your classic lineup. You can see that there's a game bonus of 50% increase to the number of fans you earn currently by using your classic lineup. That's huge. So you want to make sure that you are definitely using your classic lineup, because getting an extra 50% is going to make the grind to 2 million fans so much easier. You'll also note that as I start this game that I'm using the Platinum Larry Brown coach. As long as you've got a decent bench, then he's also going to be providing another 25% fan boost. So every game that I win, I'm getting an additional 75% in terms of the number of fans. So that can take it up from like 8,500 fans to almost 15,000 fans, which is huge and is going to save you a ton of work on your journey to 2 million fans each season. The next thing you'll note is that I sprint straight into the corner, and as soon as the defender backs up, I'm taking that shot. If you look at the percentage chances of making certain types of shots, and specifically 2-pointers versus 3-pointers, then it's actually more advantageous to take 3-point shots. Let's say that you're shooting with your shooting guard or your power forward, and if you've seen my earlier video on shooting percentages, then you'll know why I'm using those two, because they have the highest 3-point cap in terms of their percentage. It's 76% for your power forward and 74% for your shooting guard. If you're shooting with those two, and even if you see there I got that 9% release, that's a 65% timing. If you're averaging a slightly early, slightly late 9% release, then you're averaging around 65% of your 3-point shots going in. And if you're able to attempt, say, 10 a game, which is pretty reasonable in a 2.5 minute quarter, then you're averaging 10 shots times 3 points each times 65%, which works out to be pretty much exactly 19 points per game. So on average, you'll be scoring 19 points per game. Obviously, sometimes you have less, sometimes you have more, but that's pretty good, 19 points a game. On the other hand, if you stick to mid-range shots, which do have a high percentage of going in, let's say you're averaging around 85% making in terms of making your mid-range shots. Once again, averaging 10 attempts per game times 2 points times 85%, then you're actually averaging 17 points per game. So the law of averages there tells you that you're just better off taking 3-point shots. And for me, I find the corner threes best because I can easily measure when I'm open, because as you know, that makes an impact or has an impact on the percentage of your shot going in. The only time that I will shoot the 2 is if I get a steal and a fast break slam, or if I get an offensive rebound and I'm able to put it straight back up. Obviously, shooting clutches there are important as well. It's a weird visual glitch, but that's fine. I have missed one clutch so far in Showdown, but other than that, it's pretty much a guaranteed shot. You do see I get the steal with James there, pass it off to Bosch, going for that steal, that fast break dunk, sorry, it wasn't on, the defender got in position, so I reset back to Bosch, a high 3-point shooter, and then find that corner. Sometimes, occasionally, I have the shoot button just stick like that, which is kind of annoying. It doesn't happen too often, luckily, but you see that I make the shot there anyway. In terms of defense, you just want to stay in front of your man. There I do get the fast break dunk, which is great because it's a very high % chance of getting that 2 points off a dunk with a decent dunk player like Simmons or LeBron. But when you're defending, you always want to try and stay in front of your man, because as soon as you're not in front of them, as you see there, they're hitting that open shot, and that can be pretty frustrating. And then I luckily finished the quarter there. So that's right on the average, right? 19 points is the average. We've got 20 there, and we finished that quarter with plus 12. Given that the opponent was I think they were 90 overall, so I had the advantage in terms of the pressure and the starting possession. You can see there that I then win that match, and look at that, 15k fans. That's fantastic. You can see there the coach bonus and the game bonus in terms of the 25% from Larry Brown and the 50% from the classic lineup. Now we're going to spin up another opponent, and this time I'm going to talk you through some of the things that I find a little bit frustrating about the gameplay. These are things that I'm talking to EA. I'm passing this stuff on to EA, hoping that it gets fixed. We match up against someone that is going to be a little bit trickier for me to face this time around, and 98 overall. So they have the pressure advantage and they have the starting possession. But this is going to perfectly highlight a couple of things. Number one, that my offensive strategy is still valid, but how significantly harder it is to defend against a higher overall, which is why you want to max out your overall. Having as higher overall as possible in Showdown is pretty important. And obviously making that contested shot like that is partly to do with the boosted, it's not necessarily a boost percentage of it going in, but the AI just seems to make contested shots that we're unable to, and the overall difference and the boost in favor of my opponent definitely helps with that. That's another frustrating thing, the double team that I didn't want to happen, and as soon as it happens, I let go of all the buttons. I don't try and steal, and I still get a defensive foul. Really annoying. You see there, look at that. Open shot, but that was clearly contested. So there's definitely, in my eyes, a bug in terms of the AI not recognizing defenders that are right in their face. That is something that I've let EA know, and hopefully that's something that they're able to address, because it's a big issue in my eyes when your opponent has such a significant advantage. Obviously, it's happening when they're playing your AI as well, but it just shouldn't be a part of the game at all, because it leads to such a frustrating experience when you try and attempt a shot and it's contested and you miss as you expect, but then the AI can go down the other end and score at will with your hand right in their face. Staying in front of the man can be hard at times, especially when the overall difference is boosted, and you see there that I do get the steal, but Yao Ming comes in and immediately pulls up for that open shot. Now there, I passed into the corner, but Ray Allen was tightly guarded, so I run out and I run back in. I missed the timing on the shot, got a bad roll on the dice, that's fine, the shot didn't go in, but I did get an open shot at least. And I'm just going to go back and keep doing the same thing over and over again. Open shot, 9% release, and this time the 63% chance is in my favor, and I make that shot. I get really unlucky there. I time that clutch block perfectly, but the ball just somehow misses the arm. But I definitely, and I think anyone that's grinding Showdown will get quite good at blocking those clutch shots. With the changes to the way clutch works, you don't have to worry about taking your clutch as soon as it's available, because you're only getting one per quarter unless you've got that Master Harden, but I wouldn't be using the NBA lineup because you're just missing out on such a big percentage fan boost. In fact, the way I look at grinding Showdown, you almost view it as one massive game, which is why the average is important. Averaging 19 points every game is going to give you more wins than averaging 17 points every game. And it's all about averaging as high as possible for the longest period of time, and that's going to be the quickest way to get yourself 2 mil fans. You can see here I still get the fast break dunk off. It required a couple of passes, and if that last pass wasn't on, or if Yao Ming managed to get in front, then I would have pulled it back out and attempted a 3. I'm not interested in contested inside shots. I'm not interested in mid-range shots. I just want those 3s or those easy dunks. The AI though, 20 points. I actually went for a quick score here in the hope that I could get the ball back. I miss it, but I do get the rebound, so then we're just going to pull it back out. I get it back to Allen because he's one of my better 3-point shooters, and I want to make sure I'm taking the last shot. And really want this to go in, because even if I don't win the game, I still want to win the quarter, because that's progress towards Master Harden, and luckily it does go in. So you can see just how significant that overall differential can be if you're on the negative side of it. So if you can, max out your overall, try and shoot 3s with your best rated 3-point shooters, take fast break dunks if you can, and just try and play consistent, patient basketball. And that's the best way to grind towards 2 million fans. Good luck, everyone. Hopefully I'll see you in the top 1,000 and we can all get that Hakeem Olajuwon. Thanks for watching. Give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more.